What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. So I want to get straight to it. Yesterday, big news came out that the Big Ten was reportedly on the verge of canceling their 2020 football season. It was reported that officials had met and voted 12-2. The two teams not in favor, Nebraska and Iowa, the other 12 teams, officials voted in favor of canceling it. So this was huge headlines. You saw that Sunday the MAC decided to cancel football. So this created a lot of panic. Like, what was next? The Big 12, ACC, SEC reportedly still wanting to play football, but this was kind of just shows that, all of college football is really in danger when the Big Ten is on the verge of canceling. But now it's just like there's talks that they're reportedly going to try to postpone it. There's a meeting today that's coming up shortly, about 40 minutes from now at about 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. They're going to get together and have a conference about their plans to move forward and likely be a vote. But I believe the Pac-12 isn't going to play. You've seen California, like the Los Angeles area, is almost still like in a lockdown. So UCLA, USC likely not going to play. It would be very difficult. But what's dumb to me is canceling it now because the athletes have already been on campus. And, at Michigan, Ohio State, you got guys that are come from all over, to play at Michigan, Ohio State. They have a national recruiting base. So you're going to bring in guys all over. I mean, the schedule release was, people are mad, why release the schedule? I mean, the schedule release, that doesn't mean you're going to play. Like, look at there was, you can, just because you release a schedule, it's not a guarantee that you're going to play. But why have you had kids on campus this whole time working out? I guess there is the argument that, you have to travel when you play, and that's could cause, the virus to spread when you play teams from in your conference. But the thing is, college athletes are at very little risk. You've seen Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields taken to social media with the hashtag We Want to Play. Ryan Day, Scott Frost really pushing to try to play. I think Ohio State, Nebraska, I think those are schools that are going to play no matter what. So say the SEC and Big 12 and ACC play, you're likely to probably see them join the Big 12 or ACC, just to get a season in and play. And that would be something to see Ohio State in the SEC. That would be to see them play an SEC schedule. That's, not under these circumstances, but that's something that people have, been interested to see for a long time. But you've seen this virus has affected a few college players pretty harshly. An LSU player got it pretty bad, and he lost his appetite, lost like 40 pounds, and then said that he was just did not feel good at all. And then there was a player from I'm not which school, but ended up on a ventilator. But there was he had some other underlying health conditions. So, but the bottom line of this virus, I think, why officials are really proceeding with caution is all the uncertainty of this virus. They're still learning more and more about it, trying to unwind and see why this affects certain people a certain way, why people with underlying health conditions, the elderly, people that have smoked, why it affects them, worse than others. So that's something they really kind of want to get to the bottom of and learn a little bit more. So with this uncertainty, that's why college football is, almost, as some said, almost on life support right now. So, but, this is not going to go down without a fight. College football is crucial to the economy. You've seen how businesses are affected, like college towns, how much more business comes in for hotels, for local restaurants, bars. Everything's affected. So if you shut that down, it's, all those Saturdays where all the business and revenue comes in, it's going to take a hit. But hopefully they do play. I trust in a lot of these schools to keep players healthy. They're taking precautions. They have, good training staff to, I'm sure they'll have the supplies, the hand sanitizer, the mask. And, obviously there'll probably be some schools that'll not take the precautions. Where was it? There was this one school covering up the amount of COVID reports. So, there'll likely be that. But I think a lot of schools are, going to take the necessary precautions. But, yeah, it's too bad. Like some people said, there's not like a uniform mandate for a set of procedures for players to follow to keep them healthy. But yeah, I would, if I had to guess, I believe the ACC and SEC and Big 12 will play for sure. It's the Big 12 or Big 10 and Pac-12. Excuse me. That's the latest. decision people want, but I don't think the Pac-12 will play. But I'm just anxious to find out more because delaying the season I think would be great. The Big 12, ACC report and SEC. There's reports that they just kind of wanted to see what happens. I think that settling on a delay probably would be probably the most beneficial. So you could really push the season back to the end of September, even October, because there's 9 weeks from October to November. So something to consider there. But like I said, we'll see what happens in the next few days to come because the decision's got to be made soon. So, in NFL news, I'm excited that training camps are open. It just gives me some reassurance that the NFL is going to play some football this year. New England Patriots, Julian Edelman says he's very motivated and is excited that Cam Newton's in. He talked about that, he was obviously good friends with Tom Brady. Tom Brady was one of his better friends on the team, but he says that he's kind of ready to move on. You got to move on at some point. You can't just dwell on that. And he wants to prove that he wasn't just a byproduct of Tom Brady's success, and that Cam Newton coming in, they're going to have a really great connection. That Cam Newton could end up being his go-to guy. Cam Newton's a better player at checking it down than people give him credit for. I saw a breakdown that Cam Newton, he kind of fits this system fairly well because when he was healthy, he was efficient at the check down, and obviously brings the scrambling dimension that they didn't really have when Tom Brady was there. But interesting to see New England now they lost all the guys like Patrick Chung and Dante Hightower on defense. How this team goes about training camp and what Bill Belichick has planned for the 2020 season. I kind of read through all the list of players opting out, and there's not a whole lot of starters that are opting out, but a lot of some key backups. So it'll be interesting to see. C.J. Mosley was another guy I was kind of surprised that is sitting out, but it's it'll be interesting with a lot of these guys that are borderline roster guys, depth chart guys sitting out. It'll be interesting to see during the season. If a team has a lot of injuries, if that that could affect them a lot more if they have more guys injured. But yeah, it's the Detroit Lions have looks like no guys sitting out, so that's key. But most teams it's usually just one or two guys that have opted out and decided not to play. So, but yeah, the NFL is a different thing right now because. Their NFL players are they know the risk, or they understand there's a risk, but they're getting paid millions of dollars to do it, and it's their job. So I still got a job. I still have to go to work. At some point, even with all the uncertainty and fear, at some point life goes on, and you got to just do your job, and you got to take the necessary precautions to proceed forward. But thanks so much, guys, for tuning in to the latest from Big Time Football Talk. Until next time, peace.